Have you ever walked into a space and felt an immediate sense of calm? A feeling that you've stepped into a place that isn't just designed, but truly lived in, with a soul that whispers stories of sun-drenched afternoons and cozy, fire-lit evenings. That is the magic we're going to explore today. Welcome to Casa Serena, where we set out to capture the very essence of rustic elegance and prove that Hacienda style is absolutely timeless. This isn't just a home tour. It's a deep dive into how to build a sanctuary that feels both ancient and completely relevant for 2025 and beyond. We're talking about the marriage of rugged, authentic materials with a serene, modern sensibility, a concept we're calling modern rustic elegance. So, come with me. Let's open this door and discover how to create a home that doesn't just follow trends, but defies them. Our goal here was simple yet profound: to honor the beautiful, time-honored bones of Hacienda architecture, the thick walls, the arched openings, the sense of shelter and protection, while infusing it with a light, airy, and uncluttered spirit that suits modern living. In an era where we're all craving more authenticity and connection, the Hacienda home offers a powerful blueprint. It's a style born from its environment, using local materials and passive design principles, which makes it incredibly relevant to today's focus on sustainable and biophilic design. Throughout this tour, we'll break down the key elements, from the architectural foundation to the textural layers and the curated decor that make this style so captivating. We'll also share some fresh, unexpected ideas, like how we incorporated quiet luxury elements and 2025 color trends in a way that feels completely natural to this aesthetic. So, get comfortable, and let's begin where all great designs start, with the architecture itself. Section 1. The Architectural Bones, Honoring History with a Modern Lens. If Hacienda style had a skeleton, these right here, these magnificent vigas, would be its backbone. These are not just decorative elements. They are structural, they are historical, and they instantly establish that rugged, rustic character we're after. But notice their scale and the clean lines. In a purely historical renovation, these might feel heavier, darker. For our modern rustic elegance approach, we sourced reclaimed pine beams that were sanded and lightly sealed to preserve their grain and character, but we allowed them to be a bit lighter in tone. This was a crucial first step in lightening the overall feel of the home. The other critical architectural feature, of course, is the arch. Look at the doorways leading from this main room to the courtyard and the study. The soft, rounded arch is a signature of Spanish colonial and hacienda architecture. It softens the geometry of a room, creating a flow that feels organic and inviting, unlike the harsh 90-degree angles of many modern builds. But honoring history doesn't mean living in a museum. The key to making this architecture work for a contemporary family was rethinking the floor plan. Traditional haciendas often had a series of smaller, enclosed rooms. We took a more open concept approach, but we did it strategically. Instead of tearing down all the walls, we used those arched openings as natural frames to define spaces without closing them off. So the living area, the dining space, and the kitchen all flow into one another, but each one has its own sense of place and intimacy. This creates what we call organic flow, a layout that feels connected but also cozy and layered. Furthermore, we enlarged the windows significantly, especially those facing the courtyard. This was our biggest modernization move, flooding the interior with natural light, which is the ultimate tool for making a rustic space feel elegant and uplifting rather than dark or heavy. Another architectural element we leaned into is the use of nichos or niches built directly into the thick walls. You'll see these throughout the home, small, arched recesses that are perfect for displaying a single, meaningful object, a piece of pottery, a candle, a small sculpture. This is a beautiful way to add depth and character without adding clutter. It forces a kind of thoughtful curation that is very much in line with the slow living and mindful design trends of 2025. It's about appreciating one beautiful thing at a time. And speaking of walls, let's talk about their surface. We chose a trowel-applied plaster finish for most of the interior walls. This technique creates a subtle, undulating texture that catches the light in the most beautiful way throughout the day. It's a world away from a flat, smooth drywall finish, and it's this texture that gives the walls a tactile, almost sculptural quality. So, to recap the architectural foundation for modern rustic elegance, it's about celebrating the authentic elements like vigas and arches, but reimagining them in a lighter, more open way. It's about prioritizing natural light and organic flow to create a space that feels both grand and intimately human. These bones provide the neutral, textured canvas upon which we can now layer the personality, the materials, the color, the furnishings. And that's where the real fun begins, as we move into the heart of the home, the kitchen. Section 2, the heart of the home, a kitchen where rustic meets refined. The kitchen is so often the heart of the home, and in a hacienda, this is especially true. It's a place of gathering, of nourishment, and it needs to be both highly functional and deeply beautiful. This is where the concept of modern rustic elegance really comes to life. Let's start with the biggest statement, the island. We wanted a massive monolithic piece that felt like it could have been carved from a single tree centuries ago. We used reclaimed mesquite wood, known for its incredible hardness and beautiful varied grain. But instead of a traditional chunky farmhouse style, we gave it a waterfall edge where the wood grain cascades down the sides to the floor. This one detail is the perfect metaphor for our entire approach. The material is rustic and natural, but the execution is sleek and modern. It grounds the space in authenticity while feeling completely of the moment. Now look up at the range hood. This is another area where we can make a big design statement. Instead of hiding it, we celebrated it by having it custom fabricated from raw hammered copper. Copper is a traditional material in Mexican and Southwestern design, and we love how it will develop a beautiful living patina over time, changing and aging with the family that uses the kitchen. It adds a warm metallic accent that plays beautifully against the cool tones of the plaster range wall. And speaking of materials, let's talk about the countertops. On the perimeter, we used a honed black granite. Honing it gives it a soft matte finish that doesn't show fingerprints and feels more organic than a high-gloss polish. For the island, we chose a leathered quartzite. Leathered finishes provide grip and hide scratches, and quartzite is incredibly durable. This mix of materials, warm wood, living copper, cool stone creates a rich, layered look that is far more interesting than using a single material throughout. The backsplash is where we injected a shot of vibrant personality. These are authentic Talavera tiles from Puebla, Mexico. Each one is hand-painted, so there are slight variations in the pattern and color. That's the beauty of it. In a past era, someone might have tiled an entire wall or even the whole kitchen in these. For a more modern, elegant feel, we use them as a focused band, almost like a piece of art. The blue and white pattern pops against the neutral plaster and warm wood, and it ties the kitchen to its cultural inspirations in a respectful, non-literal way. This is a great example of how to use a bold, traditional pattern without letting it overwhelm the space. It's a conversation-starting focal point. And to keep the sidelines clean, we opted for full overlay, shaker-style cabinet fronts in a warm, off-white color with minimal hardware. This ensures the eye is drawn to the beautiful textures of the wood, plaster, and tile, not to the cabinets themselves. Finally, let's talk about the hidden hero of this kitchen, the appliances. For the design to feel truly elegant and uncluttered, we needed the functionality to be seamless. That's why we chose fully integrated refrigeration and dishwasher, which are concealed behind cabinet panels that match the rest of the kitchen. The cooktop is a sleek induction model set into the island, and we have a built-in steam oven and conventional oven in the wall. This is the quiet luxury of a modern kitchen. The high-performance technology is there, but it doesn't shout for attention. It allows the natural materials to take center stage. So in the kitchen, the recipe for modern rustic elegance is a blend of bold, authentic statements, the island, the tile, with a restrained, sophisticated approach to layout and appliances. It's a space that is as much a joy to cook in as it is to simply be in. Section 3. The Textile Tapestry, weaving warmth and comfort throughout. If the architectural bones are the skeleton and the kitchen is the heart, then the textiles are the nervous system of this home. They are what give it a sense of touch, of warmth, of softness. In a space defined by hard surfaces, plaster, wood, stone, textiles are absolutely essential to prevent it from feeling cold or austere. T. His is where we can really lean into the cozy fall and hide trends that are so popular, especially as we head into October. But it's not about piling on any blanket or pillow. It's a thoughtful curation of texture, pattern, and scale. Let's start with the main event, this sofa. We chose a deep, modular design upholstered in a high-performance linen blend fabric in a neutral taupe color. Linen is perfect for this style because it has a natural, slightly irregular texture and a relaxed drape. The color is neutral enough to be a calm anchor, but the texture gives it visual interest. Now, let's talk about the layers on top. The pillows are a mix of natural materials: rough, nubby wool, soft cotton velvet, and my personal favorite, some with hand-embroidered patterns inspired by traditional Mexican folk art. The key to styling pillows is variety in size, texture, and pattern, but within a cohesive color story. Here, we've stuck with a palette of cream, terracotta, sage green, and indigo. These are all colors found in nature and in traditional Hacienda decor. The terracotta, in particular, is a huge 2025 color trend. It's warm, earthy, and incredibly inviting. Then we have this throw blanket. This is a vintage Saltillo-style serape, made from heavy wool. Draping it over the corner of the sofa instantly adds a layer of history and soul. It's an heirloom quality piece that tells a story. But textiles aren't just for the furniture. Look down at the floor. In the main living areas, we have used oversized, hand-knotted wool rugs. The pattern is a simple, geometric tribal design, but it's muted and tonal. The rug serves several purposes. It defines the seating area acoustically, softening echoes in a room with hard floors and high ceilings. It adds another massive layer of texture underfoot, and it provides a soft, warm surface for children to play on or for bare feet on a cool morning. Under the dining table, we have a flat woven jute rug. Jute is a fantastic natural fiber that brings a casual, earthy vibe and is incredibly durable for a high-traffic area like a dining room. This mix of different rug types and materials adds to the collected, over-time feel we're cultivating. And we can't forget the windows. In a home designed to connect with the outdoors, window treatments must be simple and functional. We opted for natural woven wood shades on most windows. They provide privacy and light control when needed, but when rolled up, they disappear completely. Their organic texture complements the vigas and wood furniture. In the bedrooms, we've used full-length, floor-to-ceiling linen curtains in a creamy white. Hanging the curtains high and wide makes the windows feel larger and allows for maximum light when they're open. The linen fabric filters the light beautifully, creating a soft, diffused glow that is perfect for a serene bedroom retreat. So the textile strategy is all about counterpoint, using soft, tactile, and natural fabrics to balance the hard, sturdy architecture, creating an environment that is as comfortable as it is beautiful. Section 4. The Sanctuary, crafting a modern rustic bedroom retreat. The bedroom should be the ultimate sanctuary, a place to retreat, recharge, and disconnect. In this Hacienda home, the primary bedroom is the pinnacle of that goal. The feeling we wanted here was one of serene, cloud-like comfort, anchored by those same rustic, authentic elements. The focal point is, of course, this custom-made bed. We designed it with a tall, upholstered headboard in a soft, putty-colored velvet. The velvet adds a touch of quiet luxury and sophistication. It's incredibly soft to the touch and catches the light in a gentle way. The bed frame itself is low to the ground, which creates a relaxed, grounded feeling. It's not imposing, it's inviting. We've layered it with the finest Belgian linen sheets, a down-filled duvet, and a pile of those same textural pillows we saw in the living room, creating a bed you just want to sink into. On this wall behind the bed, we made a bold decision. We created a feature wall using a Venetian plaster technique with a slight lime wash effect. This gives the wall a beautiful, mottled, almost luminous quality. It has more movement and depth than the plaster in the rest of the house, which helps to define the sleeping area and make it feel even cozier and more enveloping. This is a trending technique in 2025 for adding character and artisanal quality to a space without using paint or wallpaper. Opposite the bed, we have a simple, raw-edged, live-edge wooden console that serves as a TV stand. The organic shape of the wood is like a piece of sculpture, and it reinforces the connection to nature. We've deliberately kept technology to a minimum here. The focus is on tranquility. One of the greatest luxuries in this room is the fireplace. A bedroom fireplace is the epitome of cozy elegance. On a chilly evening, there's nothing quite like the ambiance of a real wood-burning fire. We kept the surround very simple, just a handmade terracotta tile hearth and a simple painted wood mantel. We didn't want anything too ornate to compete with the textural plaster wall. Flanking the fireplace is a pair of deeply comfortable armchairs, creating a perfect little reading nook. This creates a secondary zone within the bedroom, a place for quiet contemplation or intimate conversation, separate from the sleep space. It's these kinds of purposeful zones that make a home feel generous and lived in. And finally, the connection to the outdoors is just as important in the bedroom as anywhere else. Those French doors lead to a small, private patio with a soaking tub for two and a couple of lounge chairs. This creates an indoor-outdoor flow that is absolutely transformative. Imagine waking up and stepping directly outside into the morning sun, or taking a starlit bath surrounded by the scent of jasmine. This is where the Hacienda philosophy truly shines, blurring the lines between inside and outside to promote a sense of peace and well-being. It's the ultimate application of biophilic design, which is all about integrating natural elements into our daily living environments to reduce stress and increase happiness. This bedroom isn't just a place to sleep. It's a holistic retreat designed for restoration. As the day ends and this beautiful home begins to glow from within, I hope you can feel the sense of peace and permanence that we worked so hard to cultivate. The rustic elegance of the Hacienda style isn't about creating a perfect, untouchable magazine spread. It's quite the opposite. It's about building a home with a strong, authentic character that welcomes life, that ages gracefully, and that tells your story over time. It's a style that embraces the beauty of imperfection, the slight unevenness in a plaster wall, the unique grain of a reclaimed wood beam, the evolving patina on a copper hood. This project, Casa Serena, has been a powerful reminder that the best design is not about being the most trendy, but about being the most true. True to its place, true to its history, and true to the people who live within its walls. By blending the timeless principles of Hacienda architecture, shelter, connection to the land, the use of natural materials with a modern desire for light, simplicity, and comfort, we've created a home that we believe will feel just as relevant and beautiful in 20 years as it does today in 2025. It's a testament to the power of designing with soul. Thank you so much for joining me on this tour. If this vision of modern rustic elegance resonates with you, if it inspires you to bring a little more authenticity and warmth into your own space, then we've done our job. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What element of this style could you see in your own home? And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next exploration of timeless design. Until next time, build a home you love.
Ba ba